Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About Houses. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
Okay, so we have the final numbers all of 2022. We're going to go over them for the real estate market nationally. If you like numbers, make sure you subscribe to the video. We're sort of like real estate data geeks.
Right. And if you like us being twinsies in the same shirt, give us a big thumbs up.
We have similar shirts.
Yes.
We have grayish similar shirts on. We did not plan that. So.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, all right. So we're going to put up the first data point here. The sales of previously owned homes, so we're not including resale homes or new homes, dropped 1.5% in December 22 at an annualized pace of 402 million units. What that means is at the rate of sales for the year based on how Decembers normally are. So this is just the normal rate. Now remember, this number is important, 4 million units, okay? Mm-hmm. So that means if we sell homes at this rate through the rest of the year on an annual basis, we'll sell it with 4 million. It was 34% lower than December 2021 as low supply continues to support prices. So home sales are down, but prices haven't taken because of low supply.
Right. Supply and demand, because we don't have much supply, the demand, even though it's lower, it's sufficient to not cause prices to drop substantially.
And remember, too, that while people freak out about interest rates and all that stuff, remember that one of the reasons, if there had been a run-up in inventory that the market crashers said was going to happen, which never happened, the opposite happened, more people would have bought in December because there would have been more houses to pick from, right? I mean, How many people are not buying because they're out there going, well, there's nothing I really want to buy?
Right. So there are a lot of them, actually. There's a lot of pent-up demand. Every month this goes on, there's more and more pent-up demand. So they're just waiting for sellers to put the house that they want on the market. And we're going to put a shameless plug. If you're thinking of selling your house, please go ahead and reach out to us, whether you're in Vegas or somewhere else. If you're in Vegas, we'll help you out. If you're not, we will find a great agent to work with you.
Referral Cloud.
There we go.
Okay, shameless plug for Referral Cloud.
Yes.
And we don't have anyone that bleeps it out. We just get to say it as much as we want.
That's right.
Okay, here's the next slide. Total sales for the year were down 17.8% for 2021, which has fallen 11 straight months amid higher mortgage rates. No question, higher mortgage rates have reduced sales. However, the low inventory of the last 2 months has definitely hurt, because if you try to say there's a one-to-one relationship between mortgage rates and buyers, mortgage rates have dropped 1.3% in the last 2 months. Each month they've been dropping. So why buyer transactions, though, haven't picked up?
Because they don't have the inventory to pick from that they want.
Okay, here's the next slide. By the end of December, the total housing inventory declined by 13.4% to 970,000 units. That was by the end of the year. So we ended the year under 1 million. In addition, unsold inventory is at a 2.9 month supply at the current sales pace. So we have the lowest sales in the last 11 months. This is actually the lowest sales in the last 12 years. The last time we had this low of sales was like 2012, I think.
Right. So he's talking about the number of transactions.
Number of transactions. We still only have a 2.9 month of supply. Normal market's 4 to 5 months. It's not, someone came on the video and tried to say it was 1.5. Is like normal. It's not 1.5. It's never been 1.5. We had 1.5 at the peak of the market, the hottest market ever. A normal is about 5 months, 5 to 6 months. So this is kind of what's weird. This is opposite of what you would expected. This is why the crashers are changing their videos to like something completely different. But it is interesting, though. We have the lowest number of months supply, probably for the fact that sales are down as much as they are.
Right.
Okay. Now, remember what was the number I told them to remember? Was it
4 million homes.
4 million homes, okay. So we only have 970,000 units. So do the math in your head. That number totally jives. There's 4 million. We're on track to sell 4 million a year at the current pace of demand or whatever. But there's under 1 million. So it's 2.9 months supply. It's going to get ugly in the spring. Now your pricing home prices have certainly softened and they've adjusted, but it's certainly misleading for 2 reasons. Before we show you the last slide, we're going to explain this. I'm going to give you an example. Imagine you have a subdivision and you have 10 houses in the whole subdivision. and the cheapest house is at 100,000. Then there's a 200,000. Then there's a 3. Then a 4, and then up all the way up to $1 million. So there's 10 houses. The cheapest house is 100,000. Most expensive house is $1 million. Now, in 1 year, every house is sold. Okay, so the median sale price would be 550,000, or basically it'd be the 5 and 6, and you would split the difference. The 5 million, 6 million, so 550 would be the median, right? Now let's say the next year interest rates were up, and in that subdivision, only one house sold, the $400,000 house transacted. Everyone else said, "No, we're not going to sell. We're just not going to whatever deal with it." So the $400,000 house sold for $400,000, which is the exact value it sold for the year before. Now, conventional wisdom is that home prices haven't changed in that subdivision, right?
Correct.
But when we report the median number, it'd be 400,000. And so what would people intuitively think when they saw the median sales price for that subdivision?
Home prices are down.
Yeah, they're down substantially. They're crashing. Home prices, the homes are now selling for 400,000, and they were selling for 550. Whenever interest rates go up and the market changes, the interesting thing that happens is it's this idea of all of the things being held equal. They're not held equal. If you transact more homes in the cheaper price ranges, then median home prices look like they're dropping faster than they are. That is a phenomena that's happening.
Right. And we sort of saw that when we were looking at the appreciation map on a different video a couple days ago. So, kind of keep that in mind as you're looking at statistics. You have to do a little bit of digging to understand what those numbers actually mean by looking at the transactions that actually took place to generate those numbers.
Okay, here's the last slide that's very interesting. The root cause is that sellers are not entering the market given falling prices and weaker demand. So sellers aren't entering because they believe prices are falling and demand is weaker. So they're like, look, if prices are actually falling and there's less people, why would I sell the house? I'll just wait. And then inventory is higher than it should be because homes are sitting on the market longer than they were 6 months ago. So we are in this extremely weird real estate market. The problem is this is being talked about as some sort of crash or housing downturn. It's not really a housing downturn. It's a limited number of purchases in a normal healthy market, and it only takes 15 to 20% reduction in people buying homes in a given market, okay, to have this effect happen. Okay, but there's a sort of a whiplash effect. What about all these people who've been waiting to buy? What's happening with them?
Well, they're still sitting there chomping at the bit waiting to buy, whether they're waiting for a lower interest rate. More likely than not, I think at this point, most people are waiting for the right house. Because I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of buyer traffic, and they're coming through and they're looking, but it's not quite what they had in mind. They're not balking at the price. It's just not the house that they wanted. And that's happening to them because there's limited supply, right? So that they don't have the choices that they want.
Yeah. So we're kind of caught in this weird, unhealthy situation with the market. Not really. Forget pricing. Forget home pricing. There's a growing pool of buyers out there that are waiting to buy. They're not just going to, I missed my chance. What's going to happen is as soon as homes are able to come on the market, they're going to rush out. And the second interest rates come down. And what's going to get interesting is if we have a situation of low supply, buyers are increasing and interest rates are declining, get ready.
Yeah.
And forget prices. Everyone's like, when's it a good time to buy? Or what are prices going to do? Forget that. Just look at what's going to potentially happen again to that person who now, interest rates went below 5. I found this house. It's in a neighborhood I like. They're going to make a phone call. Their agent's going to call the other agent. And the other agent's going to say,
I have 15 offers.
Yeah, because everyone else is going to do the exact same thing. People are, behaving the same way.
Right. Yeah. It is that way. It's kind of like when you buy a new car and all of a sudden you see the same car all over the place. It's kind of the same thing. Everybody notices it at the same time that this is whatever attractive, a good deal, whatever it is, and everybody rushes in at the same time. So there is a lot of that. But we'll see what happens. What do you think is going to happen? What's happening in your market? Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us your thoughts. We like hearing from you. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.